Hi, church. I want to welcome you back to our devotion time here on Wednesdays. You'll be able to dial us up beginning at 8 o'clock in the mornings on every given Wednesday. And if you need a little more, go ahead and check out our video selections on our Fight for Faith banner at northalbany.org. I hope you are jumping into the new year with great anticipation. We had a kind of a rough 2020, and we're just looking forward to some exciting times this next year. But if you're like me, you probably have considered some goals, some tasks, some things you want to do this year. You want to get healthy, you want to lose a few pounds. Most of the statistics that I read in terms of our country, Americans, about 60% is suggested do some kind of resolution. They've vowed to lose some weight. They vowed to exercise more, whatever it may be. But the interesting thing is only about 8% of those 60% follow through with what they put down or shared about their goals. Interesting. And even that, 80% of them fail by February. So what's the use, right? Maybe many of you are like that. I don't set goals because I never attain them. But how many of us actually do these goal-setting exercises and then actually want to accomplish them? I think all of us would say yes to that, but we still fail. So how can we get more practical with this? Well, as I wrote down my goals this year, I looked at my last year's goals, and here's what I found. I found that I nailed a whole bunch of them. I was really excited about that. And then I looked at some others, and I thought, well, it's kind of okay. And then I looked at another handful and said I failed miserably. Boy, that's kind of discouraging. But again, without putting them all on paper, I wouldn't know where I was going or where I've been. We all know those cliches. Unless you set the target, how do you know if you've hit the mark, and so on? But I think it's important for us as believers to ask the Lord first, to before we go into goal setting and resolutions, if you will, have we consulted the Lord? And so I think that's of first importance. I love what Jeremiah says. He says, I know the plans that I have for you. He says plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Well, that's a fabulous word from our Old Testament prophet. So pray first, then set some goals. It's a good word. I would suggest using this acronym SMART if you have not ventured out and done your goals yet. SMART being an acronym of S being make your goals specific. I want to pray, and I want to pray daily. I want to pray Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make them specific. M would say, are they measurable? Is it something that I can look back and say, yeah, I had a checkoff system or whatever? A would be, are they attainable? R would be, are they a realistic goal? Can I actually do these goals? So consider something that can be reached. That would be the first set. And then maybe if you want to have fun, put down some goals that are risky or way out there. A local pastor here, D. Duke, you may know them if you're a local person to Albany in the Mid-Valley. He would say put down some BHAG goals, or big, hairy, audacious goals. Goals that you can look back and go, only God could be involved in these. So those are just a fun suggestion. And then T would be, are these goals timely? I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I wanted to have my Bible study from 8 to 9 a.m. or whatever. Make them specific to a time. And then secondly, present these goals to somebody you trust in an accountability fashion. Give it to somebody and say, can you just remind me of these? Because I forget about them so often, and I want to really accomplish these this year. Can you just ask me on occasion? A clinical psychologist, Dr. Joseph Luciani, who studied this whole resolution thing, says that most of us fail because we lack discipline. Well, thanks, Doc. I'm glad you can tell us that in all your wisdom. But he also made this point, and I like this. He said that most people that do succeed write their goals down. That's interesting. And then he also said the second thing that helps them be successful is being accountable to somebody else. Well, there you go. The bottom line for us, Christian, is that we try to set these goals and we consult with the Lord. Be accountable to someone else to help remind you to stick to those resolutions. Remember, in a man's heart, he plans his course, but the Lord directs or establishes his steps. The New Living says it like this, and I really appreciate this. We can make plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Offer this year to God and see what he'll do this year. Let's not be the same people that we were last year in this upcoming year. Thanks, church. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Have a great day.